Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my haul slash current project video. I forgot to point something out in my last video about my Spectrum Noir real quick that I wanted to. These bags do not come with the separators. These are things that this is just scrap cardstock that I cut up and made to fit in there to make the rows lay flat and to not get out of order all in the bag. If you're interested, the dimensions that I used were 5¼ inches by 4 inches to make my own dividers, and I just I started at the bottom and I laid a row in, and then I slipped the cardstock in, and then I went with another row, and I just kept building up until I had filled the whole thing. So that's just one thing I forgot to mention, so sorry about that. So back to my Lawn Fawn, Lawn Fawniness. So this is the one of the, we talked about before, the Ready Set Shake shakers that I'll be making. I usually pick about 3 or 4 different styles of Christmas card every year to do our personal Christmas cards with. And of course I have an Etsy shop where I sell my handmade cards too. So I'll usually offer my cards for sale in my shop if there's an angel policy from the manufacturer that permits people to do that. Lawn Fawn does have an angel policy where in small handmade quantities, one of their consumers are allowed to go ahead and use their images to resell. So I've already checked on that. So I'll probably make a few extra to throw up in my Etsy shop. I like to kind of sell enough to fund my craft supplies. So hopefully I can make a few extra cards and it'll help go towards paying for everything. I didn't save the invoice from this, but I think this is probably close to $50 or $60 for all 3, which it's a lot. You could buy all of your Christmas cards already made, for under $50. And of course, this is just like one of 3 or 4, new things that I'll be taking on this year. I do like some of the Christmas stuff that's come out this year. I think I've ordered a Cozy Christmas. And I'm not sure when that's supposed to be in, and I think that's probably the only other Christmas one that I've ordered from Lawn Fawn. I never really used to like Lawn Fawn. I didn't hate it, but it was a little bit too cutesy for me. Lawn Fawn, this is another thing that I've acquired recently. They used to, a lot of their images had these smiley faces on like everything. And I don't mind smiley faces, but as a rule, I'm not really that cutesy. I like cute stuff, but I tend to prefer more of like the sarcastic or funny, or even, funny borderline, rude kind of stuff. So it was just a little bit too cutesy for me, but I've noticed that lately Lawn Fawn will still include the smiley faces, but they're separate, so you can still use them if you want, or you can leave them off. I'm not going to dig them out now, but I have a couple of older Lawn Fawn sets that do have the smiley faces on them. I think one is like a Get Well Soon set, and I forget the name of it, and it's just, like, there's even a smiley face on the box of tissues. It's like, come on, that's a little bit too cutesy. So if I can pull that stuff off, then great. And it's a little bit less cutesy for me. So, and speaking of this is the Bun in the Oven set. And this is the set that like ruined everything, ruined my checking account for the next few months. My husband has a friend slash former employee who a couple of weeks ago, she got married a few years ago, and a couple of weeks ago announced her first pregnancy. And we're all very, very happy for her, and I wanted to make her something special. And I had remembered that Lawn Fawn did a Bun in the Oven thing, and she's a baker by trade. She actually, years ago, she made our wedding cake for us. She was still a student at the time, and it was her first wedding cake, and it came out delicious, and she did such a nice job with it. She's a sweetheart. So I thought it would be really cute to do like a Bun in the Oven thing. So I forget where I ordered this, and I ordered the matching dies. Just because they were on sale. And actually at the same time I ordered this, I believe, is when I ordered this, and I haven't had the hang in there, and I got the matching dies as well. This may have been a Hallmark Scrapbook, or scrapbook.com purchase. Yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So I do know that I ordered these two things at the same time, and I haven't had a chance to use these yet. I'm getting there. I got as far as to put it in its own pocket. Yay me. And slightly aside, I get these pockets. These are the generic DVD pockets that you can get by like the 200s on Amazon. They're around 15 bucks for 200 of them. They're fine quality. They're fine enough for me. I tend to take care of my stuff. If the corners rip a little bit, I just put a little Scotch tape on there. Nobody sees the collection but me. It's not like Good Housekeeping is coming in to photograph my craft collection anytime soon. So anyway, so I have this, and I just wanted to show off. It's a recently acquired set for me. I just haven't had a chance to use it. I've been so busy with other stuff. So maybe this will be something that I'll crack open in the winter and work on. I have my daughter and I actually belong to a few pen pal clubs, and my German pen pal, Jessica, says she loves sloths. So I was thinking I'd make her a set for Christmas. I'd make her a set of sloth note cards that she could use, and I'll just, I'll use other sentiments, but I thought that was really cute. Anyway, so moving on. So I had remembered for my husband's friend, back to her, I had remembered that Lawn Fawn had made a bun in the oven set, so I required this. And then when I got this, I got this order first, and I was playing around with it a little bit, experimenting with it, and I was like, didn't Lawn Fawn do like an actual oven set? That would look really, really awesome with this. So they do. And here it is. It's called Sprinkle with Joy. I remember when this came out, and I think it was last year, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's kind of dumb. Like, nobody's going to want stamps of a damn oven. That's really dumb. So I'm looking at it again with new eyes a year later and saying, that's really, 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 really cute. So I need to have it, and it would be perfect. And, I want to put the oven, and then I saw that they make an add-on die. And I was like, oh man, I need to have that. That would be awesome. And the add-on die makes it so that the oven actually opens up, and that's really cool. So, so I got that, and I got the regular dies too. Because again, I think I mentioned it in my previous videos that I think that with Lawn Fawn, when it comes to add-ons for their interactive dies, they engineer them, probably accounting for folks using the actual dies and the white space around a graphic. I do not, as a rule, I do not care for the white space that's around little graphics. I think it looks a little bit too cartoony for me. But I think it probably looks fine. In terms of the Lawn Fawn, because it is a little bit cartoony, so it's starting to grow on me. I like it. I still don't think that I care for it on any of my my favorite things, stamps or anything. I would rather, unless it's super, super intricate, I would rather just stamp it out and fussy cut it and then color in the white edges with a little bit of a black Sharpie or a Spectrum Noir pen or something. I just think it looks a little bit neater. But anyway, so I ended up ordering this, and I looked at some of the projects that Kelly had done on YouTube with the bun in the oven, and then of course she made Christmas cards out of these. So this is what started the whole thing. I was like, oh man, I should invest in that. I can make the card that I want for Jamie for a bun in the oven, and then I can use these for some of our Christmas cards. So that is exactly what I plan to do. So I have everything, and this isn't the same one. I made two at the same time. So this is the card that I made for Jamie. She's already got hers, so I feel fairly confident showing this off. This is the one that I made for Jamie, and I didn't like the little banner that you attach to the handle, so I used the oven mitt from the Bun in the Oven set, and I stamped the Open Me on top of it, and I like the way that turned out. So it says there's a bun in the oven, which I've heat embossed in silver. And you open it up, and indeed there is a bun in the oven, and congrats. This is not vellum that I've used here. I picked up over the summer like a whole case of tracing paper. I think it was only like 50 cents or something. So I've been kind of, where I can get away with it, I've been kind of using the tracing paper in the place of vellum, but it seems to be a little bit more sturdy. I've not tried to do too much with it. I've not tried to color on it or heat emboss it or whatever. I really don't use it all that much, but I figured I need to start using it up. The stove was colored with my Spectrum Noir markers. I do keep, especially because I had planned to make some of our Christmas cards with it, and I did already pre-stamp out a bunch of images to color, and see the ones that I messed up on, to color in my free time. I do keep, just quickly on a piece of scratch paper, I'll notate what colors I had used to color something, so that it, and I slip it right in to the pocket that stores the rest of the stuff. So I will always have a note in here knowing exactly what colors I use to color the stove. I was aiming for, when I selected the colors for the stove, I was aiming for a nice stainless steel stove, and I had showed it to my husband, who sells furniture and appliances for a living. He said that it doesn't look like stainless steel, and I was all upset about that. He says, but it does look like nickel, which is on trend because they're selling a lot more brushed nickel appliances right now than stainless steel. So it's like, oh yeah, I totally planned that on purpose and stuff. Yeah. Going for brushed nickel. So these are just stamped out a bunch of images to get started on our Christmas cards, and I'll, downtime when my daughter's sitting here doing her homework or something, I'll color a few, and when they're all colored eventually in a week or two, then I'll die cut them all out, and I'll actually store the die cuts in here as well, in the back of the pocket as well. That way they're all together when I'm ready to go on to the next step. For our Christmas cards, I'm probably going to go, this is an A2 card. For our Christmas cards, I'm probably going to go with a larger A7 card because I want to make little opening and closing cabinets and things and put some shelves. So I want to do like a really, really nice scene with these. But this is just kind of, I knew I was going to need most of these pieces, so I figured I might as well start coloring those in the meantime. So that's what we have for Sprinkled with Joy and Bun in the Oven. And I am having a lot of fun. I feel like I'm discovering Lawn Fawn for the first time. I do have, like I said, I do have some of the older sets. I probably have a dozen of them or so spread out in my different in my various totes of crafting stuff. I should really take the time to get all of my, I used to sort all my stamps by occasion, and now I should probably just sort them by brand at this point. So I'll make a note to do that. I do have some of the older stuff, and I like some of it, but it was just too cutesy for me. So now that I'm kind of rediscovering it again, it's like, oh, I need to collect this, this, and this. So, so a couple of other things from Lawn Fawn. I showed you my sloths, and I'm sure I've got some other stuff that I'm forgetting about. I didn't know I was going to be starting to do videos. This is kind of, I'm being encouraged by my husband and a couple of friends, because I love watching videos. I love watching crafty videos, and I love watching haul videos. And I enjoy those things. So, so maybe I'll insert myself into this community. And, if there's ever any evidence that there's more people than my husband or like my mom watching these, I'll make more of an effort to not suck. And I'll work on trying to get better lighting and so on and so forth. For now, this is just me on my desk with my phone on a tripod next to me. Anyway, so I won a contest from my friend Betsy from Unique Paper 15 on YouTube. From her channel, I think it was her 500 or 600 viewer celebration giveaway, and I won a $15 gift card to Simon Says Stamps. So I ordered a few things, but instead of getting one set, which I would normally get with a $15 gift card, because that's enough to buy a $15 set, I decided to check off a few of my smaller things off my wish list. So I didn't pull them all out, but I also got a Simon Says stamp set. And then I think I got a Jelly Bean Soup one. But these two little Lawn Fawn ones were definitely on my list. The Donna is just, it cracks me up. Since it came out, I've loved the little shark. And I'm really, really, really excited to have it. I went ahead and made it into a card. I'm not done with the card. This came out not looking quite done, so I'm going to stamp. I have I have a couple little sets that deal with ocean stuff, but I think I have a My Favorite Things mermaid set that has some seaweed and stuff that I plan to eventually pull out and stamp some seaweed. And I also want to take some glossy accents, or maybe some Nouveau drops. I have some Nouveau drops coming, and put little air bubbles. Basically, this is a background, excuse me. My husband was dying of a man cold like all earlier this week, and I think I'm coming down with something. My throat is very scratchy. Sorry. I made the background with just blending like 4 or 5 different colors of Distress ink, and over heat embossed the sentiment, or heat embossed, and then just spritzed it with some water. I did some quick, very basic coloring on the images, and I fussy cut them out, and then I colored the edges. To me, that just looks a lot neater than something with the white edges. Anyway, so I don't think I'm quite done with this yet. I have another plan to make another card with using just the fin. I'll get to it. I'll get to it eventually. My crafting eyes are much bigger than my crafting stomach right now. I keep ordering stuff and I don't have enough time to get to what I already have. Everything, just all these great sales. Anyway, the other thing I got was the Year 7 set, which I had also seen on YouTube when it first came out. Kelly did a quick video and I was like, oh, it was really cute. And then I just kind of forgot about it. So anyway, so when I was shopping at Simon Says Stamp, I was like, oh, perfect. So I tossed that into the cart, and thank you very much, Betsy. I love them, and I can't wait to use this little guy. And that is all I have, I think, to talk about with my little Lawn Fawn haul. Again, I do have more stuff. I forget. I forget what else I've gotten recently. This is just some stuff that's come in. I had a couple of boxes for me yesterday, but then of course just a couple of stuff maybe the past week or so. So that's what I have, and I will be back with an unboxing. Actually, I have most of a Hallmark Scrapbook unboxing. I did open it up a little bit just to take some of the excess plastic that they pack in there out, but I haven't really taken anything out, and it's kind of like Christmas because I've forgotten what's in there already. So my next video will be a bit of a Hallmark Scrapbook unboxing, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your very kind attention, and I will see you soon.